Welcome to the Bedrock Group's 2026 Medicare Supplement Training Series. I'm your host, and over the next 6 episodes, we're going to turn you into the most knowledgeable Medigap advisor in your market. Whether you're sharpening your skills or considering joining a team that invests in mastery, you're in the right place. This is Part 1, the 2026 Medigap Blueprint. Let's build a foundation. Before we talk about Medicare supplements, we need to understand the structure they're designed to reinforce. Medicare has 4 distinct parts, and each one plays a specific role. Part A covers inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing facility care, hospice, and some home health services. Part B covers outpatient services, doctor visits, preventive care, durable medical equipment, and ambulance services. Part C, also known as Medicare Advantage, is a private sector alternative that bundles Parts A and B, often with additional benefits. And Part D covers prescription drug costs. Think of Parts A and B as the structural foundation. Part C is an alternative foundation, and Part D is a separate, dedicated system for medications. As an agent, your job is to understand how these parts interact and where the vulnerabilities exist, because there are real, measurable vulnerabilities. Here's the problem with Original Medicare that most beneficiaries don't fully grasp until it's too late. Part B has a 20% coinsurance requirement with no out-of-pocket maximum. Let me say that again. There is no annual cap on what a beneficiary can owe under Part B. If your client has a $200,000 cancer treatment, they owe $40,000 out of pocket. A $500,000 extended hospital stay with specialist care? That's $100,000 in coinsurance. Unlike virtually every other form of insurance in America, Original Medicare has no ceiling on financial exposure. This is the single most important concept you need your clients to understand. Now let's look at the specific gaps in the 2026 Medicare structure. The Part A inpatient hospital deductible for 2026 is $1,736 per benefit period. Note that's per benefit period, not per year. A client could be hospitalized multiple times and pay that deductible each time. For days 61 through 90 in the hospital, there's a $434 daily coinsurance. Beyond day 90, lifetime reserve days cost $868 per day, and there are only 60 of those in a lifetime. After that, the patient pays everything. On the Part B side, the annual deductible is $283, and then that unlimited 20% coinsurance kicks in. These aren't theoretical numbers. These are the exact financial fault lines your clients are exposed to every single day they lack supplemental coverage. This is where your clients face their most important decision. There are 2 fundamentally different paths for covering these gaps. On one side, you have Medigap, also called Medicare Supplement Insurance. On the other, Medicare Advantage. Let me be clear about the key differences. With Medigap paired with Original Medicare, your client gets complete network freedom. They can see any doctor or go to any hospital in the country that accepts Medicare. There are no referrals needed, no prior authorizations for covered services, and costs are highly predictable. With Medicare Advantage, clients typically get lower premiums and may get extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing. But they're locked into a network, they need prior authorizations, and their out-of-pocket costs can be unpredictable. Neither path is universally right or wrong. But for clients who value predictability and freedom, Medigap is the clear choice. Your job is to help them understand the trade-offs. So what exactly is a Medicare supplement policy? A Medigap plan is a private insurance policy specifically designed to fill the financial gaps in Original Medicare Parts A and B. It covers costs like coinsurance, copayments, and deductibles that would otherwise come out of your client's pocket. Here's the critical point. Medigap does not replace Medicare. It works alongside Original Medicare, paying its share after Medicare pays first. The client must have both Part A and Part B to be eligible. Think of it as reinforcement steel inside a concrete foundation. Medicare is the concrete. Medigap is the rebar that prevents it from cracking under pressure. And here's your rule of thumb as an agent. A Medigap policy converts unpredictable, potentially catastrophic medical costs into a single, known monthly premium. That's the value proposition in one sentence. Now, here's something that separates knowledgeable agents from everyone else. Medigap plans are standardized by federal law. This means that a Plan G from one insurance company covers the exact same medical benefits as a Plan G from any other company. The benefits are identical. They're stamped from the same mold. So, what actually varies between carriers? Three things. First, the monthly premium. Second, the company's financial strength and claims-paying reputation. Third, customer service quality. That's it. When you're helping a client choose between carriers, you're not comparing coverage, you're comparing price, stability, and service. This is a powerful simplification tool in your sales conversations. It eliminates confusion and positions you as a knowledgeable advisor. Let's compare the three plans that matter most in 2026. Plan G is the gold standard. The client's only out-of-pocket cost beyond the premium is the $283 Part B annual deductible. After that, everything is covered. This is the plan for clients who want maximum predictability and minimal financial exposure. Plan N is the budget-conscious alternative. It has lower premiums than Plan G, but the client may pay up to $20 for some office visits and up to $50 for emergency room visits that don't result in admission. Plan N also doesn't cover Part B excess charges, though these are increasingly rare. High-deductible Plan G is the strategic choice for healthy clients who want the lowest premium. It works exactly like Plan G, but the client must meet a $2,950 annual deductible before the plan starts paying. For healthy clients who rarely use medical services, the premium savings can be substantial. Each plan has a specific client profile it's best suited for, and matching the right plan to the right client is where your advisory skill makes the difference. Let's talk about timing, because in the Medigap world, timing is everything. Every Medicare beneficiary gets one golden ticket, the Medigap Open Enrollment Period. This is a 6-month window that begins the month the client turns 65 and is enrolled in Part B. During this period, insurance companies cannot deny coverage, cannot charge higher premiums based on health conditions, and must offer every plan they sell in that state. This is guaranteed issue at its purest. Once that 6-month window closes, the door doesn't slam shut, but it gets much harder to open. Outside of open enrollment, most states allow carriers to use medical underwriting. That means health questions, potential denials, and possible premium surcharges. The takeaway for your clients is simple. Act during your open enrollment period because the access you have during those 6 months may never come again at the same terms. Now let's look at the 2026 market landscape, because this year is different. The Medicare Advantage sector is experiencing historic disruption. Approximately 2.7 million Medicare Advantage enrollees are being displaced due to plan terminations, service area reductions, and benefit cuts driven by regulatory and financial pressures on MA carriers. These displaced beneficiaries are being forced back to original Medicare, and many of them need Medigap coverage. For agents, this represents the largest acquisition opportunity in recent memory. Many of these displaced individuals qualify for guaranteed issue rights, giving them a 63-day window to enroll in a Medigap plan without medical underwriting. Understanding these guaranteed issue triggers and timing windows is essential, and we'll cover that in detail in Episode 3 of this series. There's another major change in 2026 that fundamentally strengthens the Medigap value proposition. For the first time ever, Medicare Part D now has an annual out-of-pocket cap of $2,000 for prescription drugs. This is a game changer for your sales conversations. When you pair Plan G's $283 deductible as the only medical exposure with the new $2,000 Part D drug cap, your client's total maximum annual healthcare risk is capped at $2,283, plus their premiums. That's it. In a country where medical bankruptcy remains a real threat, you're offering your clients a fortress of financial predictability. That's an incredibly powerful message. Let me leave you with the Bedrock recommendation matrix, a framework for matching clients to plans. For the coverage maximizer, the client who wants peace of mind and can afford a higher premium, prescribe Plan G. For the budget balancer, the client who wants good coverage but needs to manage monthly costs, prescribe Plan N. For the healthy saver, the younger, healthier client who wants minimal premiums and is willing to accept a higher deductible, prescribe high-deductible Plan G. Every client fits one of these profiles. Your job is to identify which one through thoughtful discovery questions. Here's your blueprint for 2026. First, educate every client on the gaps in original Medicare. Don't assume they understand the unlimited coinsurance exposure. Second, leverage the open enrollment window. Make sure every client approaching 65 understands the urgency. Third, sell stability, not just benefits. In a year of unprecedented Medicare Advantage disruption, position Medigap as the stable foundation that doesn't change with market conditions. You're not selling insurance. You're building financial security for people's retirements. That's the mission of the Bedrock Group. That's a wrap on part 1 of our series. In part 2, we'll dive into the sales playbook, breaking down the exact pitch architecture, client profiling techniques, and closing strategies that top Medigap producers use. If you're an experienced health insurance agent or manager looking for a team that provides this level of training, tools, and support, visit us at thebedrockgroupadvisors.com or connect with us on LinkedIn. The Bedrock Group is building something special, and we want the best in the business on our team. See you in the next episode.